All right, come on in. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. Part 2 of Let's Talk Dodgers for March 25th, 2016. I'm Randy Timmons. You know who you are. And this is the place for the best, first, and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers. We were right in the middle of fun stuff before we ended off today. And this is a Flashback Friday. And what we usually do on Flashback Friday, we whip out an old baseball card of somebody like, Duke Snider or somebody. But we're not doing that today. Well, we just did, but we're not doing that today. What we're going to do is we're going to do our repeat Flashback Friday of what we did a couple weeks ago. I'm going to recite for you my top 10 list of all-time favorite Dodger autobiography books. There's been so many of them written, and people say, well, which one are the best ones? If you got to get some, which ones do you want to read? Well, I'm going to tell you which ones right now are my favorites, and maybe they'll convince you to go and get a tie. No, to go get some books. All right, number 10. I'm just going to do them without too much commentary. Glory Days with the Dodgers and Other Days with Others. Johnny Roseboro, the fine catcher of the 60s. He was great. And early 70s. Good analysis of his career. Number 9, Through a Blue Lens. Actually, this could be number 5 or something. Dennis D'Agostino and Bonnie Crosby. Bonnie was the daughter of Barney Stein, the Dodger team photographer from 1937 to 1957. Outstanding book if you like seeing old, rare Brooklyn Dodger pictures. Number 8, It Pays to Steal, the first of Maury Will's 3 books. It was written after his MVP season of 62. He wrote it in 63 after he stole 104 bases. Great stuff. Number 7, The High Hard One by former 40s Dodger pitcher Kirby Higbee. What a character that guy was. Pretty good study on those daffy Dodger teams of the 40s. Number 6, Maury Will's 3rd book, On the Run, about his managing days in Seattle and the additional demons he later conquered with all the drug use and stuff that was going on. Number 5 in Randy's favorite Dodger autobiography books, Alston and the Dodgers, 1966. That was Walter Alston's first book. He was the Dodgers manager when they, in 54 to like 77. Alston's first book. He also wrote another one 10 years later. That's not the one. This is the first book. Number 4, Off the Record by Buzzy Bavasi. Book about his days as Dodger general manager and later Padres general manager. Great behind-the-scenes stuff. Number 3 book, Koufax, actually written by the man himself with Ed Lynn from 1966. Tells it better than any of those recent books that came out about him. And, of course, it's by him, so it's got to be great, and it is. Number 2 book on Randy's list of best Dodger autobiographies read, Duke of Flatbush by the guy we just showed you a second ago. This guy, Duke Snider. Now, there's a guy that had a lot to talk about in baseball, and he was one of the best, Hall of Famer and all that. Ton of home runs. He was big in Brooklyn, not so big in L.A. because he wasn't here as long. It was at the end of his career. But he was a big guy in lots of World Series games, and he had a lot of great stories. And number 1, my favorite all-time Dodger autobiography, by a Dodger, because he's one of my favorite players, represented the blue on the field, in the booth as well. The one, the only, Once a Bum, Always a Dodger by Don Drysdale. Still my favorite because of the great stories, the great game accounts, World Series accounts. The guy was... Well, he was one of my favorites growing up. What can I tell you? Honorable mention, I'll give you a couple of those. Any of the 3 hilarious books by former Dodger Yankee Jay Johnstone, who I've met before, great guy and a great read. If you like to laugh, those are the books to check out. And also, 3rd honorable mention, let's see, do I have a second one? Yeah, 3rd honorable mention. 2nd honorable mention goes, It's Good to Be Alive, Roy Campanella. Great book by a great man, also another Hall of Famer. 3rd honorable mention goes to Moonshots, Wally Moon, a great read for all Dodger fans of the first Dodger teams in Los Angeles. Like me, I was a first-generation fan, went to see the Dodgers in the Coliseum. Wally Moon was a hero very early on when I was very little. Great book. All right, let's get you out to the ballpark, shall we? What could be better for a Friday night? The spring debut of... the man himself, Vin Scully, is calling it all tonight on Sportsnet LA. First 3 innings, most likely on the Dodger flagship, 570 AM Los Angeles. And Vin Scully's calling tonight's game on Sportsnet LA. Season debut, as I said. You want to see some more schedule stuff? Let's talk about. Let's do a little rambling. Anybody watching? No, there's no comments yet. See, nobody ever comments. Any Dodger fans? Maybe let's just talk for a while. Hold the tie up and talk. Let's do that. Let's check out the schedule for the rest of the spring to get you out to the ballpark in Camelback Ranch if you're over there, and we'll take a look and see what's going on. Okay, first of all, like I said, Dodgers and Giants, and that's going to be at 7:05 tonight. And Split Squad on Saturday, they're going to play at the Mariners Stadium at 1 p.m. And then that night, they're going to take on the White Sox. Hey, maybe we'll have both teams. No, they wouldn't make two guys, same guys, were both teams. Anyway, they're going to play the White Sox at night tomorrow. Then on Sunday, they're playing the Reds at Camelback Ranch. And then on Monday, 7 o'clock game against Lacey's Texas Rangers. Yay! So Lacey, we've got to be talking about Monday's game. And then on the 29th, they're going to be at Padres, 1:10. Then they're going to be playing the Indians on Wednesday, the 30th. And then on the 31st, they close it out by coming back over to L.A., and we're playing the Angels at Dodger Stadium on March 31st. And we'll give you the rest of the schedule probably next week, because we'll probably be back and doing some Let's Talk Dodgers for everybody next week. Not sure we'll have the tie. By the way, did you hear the news? There's going to be All Caps Day on April 4th, opening day. If you heard anything about that, but that's a big deal. Go check that out online. Let's see if I can do the hashtag for you. It's supposed to be all caps. I'm not sure. Let's look at it real fast. Anybody up there? No, it doesn't really say. Oh, caps on. That's it. Hashtag caps on for opening day, April 4th. And hashtag if you just do hashtag caps on, you'll see all kinds of groovy stuff. Let's try it right now, shall we? Hashtag caps on. Let's see if anybody's doing anything. Let's turn the camera around. We'll see what's going on. DeGeneres. She had a game show thing going on her own show. She gave away some tickets to her whole audience. Going to any baseball game in the whole country. That's wild. News about caps on. Let's see what else we got. Anybody showing any photos yet? Let's take a look and see if there are any photos. Images on Google.com, just to make sure. Instagram and all those guys. Hashtag caps on. See if there's any groovy looking pictures. Or already into the picture thing. Look at that. They're showing pictures of caps. Why? Because they want you to have caps on everywhere in Major League Baseball on April 4th. Caps on. We're certainly going to have some Dodger caps on. Yeah, we'll do some. There's the caps we want to see, is the Dodger caps. That's the one right there. All right. Caps on. All right. I do believe that is going to do it for the day. I think we covered all the news pretty well. Next week, don't forget to come on back, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. The only first and best video podcast by fans, for fans of your and my Los Angeles Dodgers. Anyway, this is Randy. We'll see you next time right here on Let's Talk Dodgers. Bye, everybody.